So you want to become fluent and speak better than your favorite English teacher. My name is Artem, I'm a non-native English speaker, and I help English learners become English speakers. And to be honest with you, I speak better than my English teacher I had way back in school. In this video, I will tell you how I did it. I will give you a simple method that is going to help you, and I will also provide 3 simple steps that are going to help you become fluent so you can speak better than your favorite English teacher. So the method is called consume and explain. If you just consume the information that you like to consume, so for example, you watch YouTube videos and then you explain this information to somebody or to your camera or to your phone, like recording a voice message, that's going to make you fluent in English. That's it. That's what I've been doing for the past 2 years. And I've been doing it on camera. So like right now I record a video on YouTube. I've been doing it on my phone. So I was just like recording voice memos and stuff. And that made me fluent. And so the first step is consume. When you consume the information, you have to keep a couple of things in mind. So first, you need to consume what you enjoy. So of course, you're watching like this video, you probably enjoy watching videos about how to learn English. So that's a good thing. You can consume videos like these and well, you are enjoying them. So you have a lot of motivation to do that. And as a result, when you have a lot of motivation, you're going to become fluent faster. You also need to consume what makes you smarter or educates you. For example, if you just watch videos about funny cats on the internet, but they're like in English, you're not going to become fluent. If you just watch TikToks or Instagram Reels all day about how to improve your English, top 5 new words, well, it's kind of not an educational video exactly, because you're just like doing it for fun. There's like fun music playing. There's like a guy with funny emojis and stuff. You're not going to become fluent. When you watch something really educational, like a podcast, you listen to a podcast, or you read a book, like I have a few books here, that's when you become fluent, okay? So this is the first part, consume, and consume what you like, the topics that you're genuinely interested in, and the topics that genuinely make you smarter, right? So instead of watching another episode of Breaking Bad, or instead of watching another movie, you simply switch it to a book or an educational podcast or educational video, let's say. And then take notes. So you need to become an active participant when you are watching a video. Because if you just simply consume the video, if you just watch this educational podcast that is 2 hours long, you're going to forget everything. But when you take just like a couple of notes, maybe like just 5 bullet points, you're going to remember a lot more. And as a result, when you remember the information from the podcast, you also remember the necessary vocabulary, grammar, and pronunciations at the same time. So this is the consume part. Just keep these things in mind when you consume something. And then let's go to the second step, which is explain. So when you want to explain the information, you can do that in 2 different ways. You can write, right? You can like write an essay about what you learned. So in this podcast, I learned blah, 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 blah. Or you can speak about it. You don't have to like write an essay about the podcast that you watched. You can just speak about it. And so to keep yourself accountable, you need to do it with somebody. You can talk to your dog, you can talk with your friend, you can go on a speaking call, you can just record a voice message on your phone talking about the stuff that you've learned, or you can also record yourself on camera like I do right now. So I'm basically practicing my explanation. I improve my speaking skills by explaining difficult topics for you on camera in a simple way. And so you have to keep in mind that it doesn't matter what you actually talk about. When you just have the passion to explain and actually teach something, even your phone, when you talk about something, that's already good. You're practicing your speaking skills because you're trying to explain what you have watched or what you have read. And as a result, you're improving your speaking skills. So it's like when you talk on camera, try to talk as if you're talking to your friend. So when you're talking to your friend, you're just having fun. Hey, bro, I watched this cool podcast, so it was really awesome. So it's like you have the same zest and same energy when you are talking on camera. Just simply say that, oh, bro, I learned these new topics. It was so cool, right? That's how you want to talk about stuff in English. You want to have that zest and energy when you are talking. Also, to keep things in mind, when you consume the information, you can take notes. So it will be easier for you to explain this information. So it's like when you have a couple of bullet points of what you're going to talk about, it's going to be a lot easier. So as you can see, I have my laptop here and I have a couple of bullet points that I jotted down for this video in order to speak about stuff. Because if I didn't have the bullet points, it will be extremely difficult for me. I mean, it wouldn't be like super difficult, but I wouldn't have the structure And it would be like, yes, it would be a lot more difficult to explain to you what I want to say. So using notes as guides is going to help you tremendously when you are speaking. I mean, that's what you're doing when you are presenting something. If you want to become a public speaker in English, if you want to become a content creator, if you want to do sales calls in English, if you want to become an entrepreneur, if you want to record a course in English and sell it then, or if you want to just present something to somebody in English, of course you need to have some bullet points. And so this simple exercise, consume and explain, is going to make you fluent because you will just be practicing your presentation skills every single day. And the thing is, when you are presenting something to someone, you are just basically having a nice conversation with a friend. So you want to keep it lighthearted, you want to keep it simple, and you want to keep it fun. That's what I do. I mean, like, I'm not just sitting like this. So, hello guys, in this video, I'm going to explain how you can learn English. No, I'm sitting like and talking with you like we are two friends. So you want to keep it friendly and fun. And that's how you have the motivation to record more videos. Because when I was recording my first videos on YouTube and when I was like practicing taking voice notes and explaining different concepts, it was really difficult for me until I realized that I just need to have a conversation like I'm talking with my friend. Because before I was like, so I learned this from this book, Elon Musk. Elon Musk was working hard. It was just really difficult. And I had a lot of mistakes in my English. I was making tremendous amount of mistakes. My pronunciation was bad. And I was like, well, when will I stop making those freaking mistakes? But when I finally just allowed myself to be open, when I allowed myself to just talk like I'm talking with a friend, I was able to express myself more clearly, and I was able to explain the book that I was reading a lot more flawlessly without making so many mistakes. And so before going to the third step, I wanted to say that I've made a full PDF guide with consume and explain method where I explain it in detail. So you can just grab it, link in the description, and you can learn a lot more about this. So the third step is really important, okay? The third step is feedback. You're like, what? So feedback is important because if you don't get the feedback, well, how the hell are you going to improve? So it's like you're consuming, that's great. You get the information into your brain, you're downloading the information, then you are explaining, you're using that information to explain everything, but you also need to have feedback. Because if you just explain something with bad English, well, you're not going to actually improve it. You are going to improve it, you're going to improve the speed, you're going to speak faster and maybe easier. It'll be easier for you to speak, but you're still going to make a lot of mistakes. So you need to have feedback. One time I recorded a video on my YouTube channel and then I was looking in my comment section and there was like a comment where the guy said, oh, well, you should stop saying the word unconfident. There's no the word unconfident. Like, stop saying this. I was like, unconfident? Well, I decided to check this word in Google, and as it turns out, nobody uses the word unconfident, okay? Like, native speakers don't use the word unconfident, they use not confident, okay? When I realized that, I was like, whoa, really? I was making like a big mistake. And as it turns out, I was making a lot of mistakes, especially in my first videos. I was saying the word okay often. I was saying the word so really often. And people started saying that to me in my comment section. They started saying to me, bro, stop using the word okay. You're okaying too much. You're overwriting too much. I had a comment, you are overwriting too much. Stop using the word right. So I was using these words too often. Sometimes I still use these words often, okay? But I'm getting better at this. And when people point out to me that I made mistakes, well, that helps me to start making them. So this is the power of feedback. When somebody tells you that, bro, stop making this mistake, you will actually stop making it after a while. So when somebody says to you, bro, stop making this mistake, stop saying the word right too often, you will actually stop making this mistake. So in school, way back in school, your teacher used to be angry at you probably. She said to you on every single lesson, stop using this. Do not say it this way, say it this way instead. Do not use the word and in the beginning of a sentence. Do not say the word but in the end of the sentence. You should place like a dot here. You should like do this. Don't say this word, like there's no word like this. Say it with this pronunciation instead. You are saying the word put incorrectly. You need to say it this way. So your teacher used to correct you a lot in school. But the thing about this, they gave you too much feedback. That was the reason why you couldn't become fluent in school. It was just because you had so much feedback, but you didn't practice your consume and explain part. So you had a lot of feedback. You were trying to explain something to a teacher in English, but she was correcting you too often. She was like correcting you every 2 seconds because you were making a lot of mistakes. But first, you needed to practice the consume and explain part, right? In order to then get some feedback and improve yourself over and over and over again. But she just gave you a lot of feedback. You didn't really practice your consume part. And as a result, that's why you didn't become fluent in English in school. So of course you don't have your own YouTube channel, but you can certainly ask feedback from your teacher. If you have like a teacher, if you're still studying in school, that's where you can get the feedback. You can also get feedback by just self-assessing yourself. It's like when you are recording a voice message or you record a video on camera, you can then check this video and check where you've made mistakes. That's what helped me at least. But of course, if you have your own YouTube channel, if you are posting like a vlog, if you are a copywriter, of course you can just like ask ChatGPT to point out the mistakes that you've made. Or you can of course ask your fellow subscribers and ask them where you've made mistakes. So feedback is really important. I probably made some mistakes here. You can like write down in the comments what mistakes I've made, okay? And yeah, that's how you will basically improve your English by just simply consuming, explaining, and then getting feedback. So if you really like this video, please consider subscribing. Check out the explain and consume guide in the description. And I see you in the next video. Bye-bye.